Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great day. PC Monk here, bringing you another Bitcoin analysis. Just jump into this. Well, actually, let me just remind you that the content of this channel is for education purposes only, no financial advice. Now, get into this. Yesterday, I posted something about like we're doing this, or gonna come down. Now, obviously, as I mentioned there, the volume and the wicks are yet to be seen. We could see some wicks around here, maybe for a double top and continue down. But the whole pattern is, it's holding it like a curve ball. Not a curve ball, but in a curve situation. Now, what you see right now is, yes, this is indeed a pennant. How would I say a pennant? And why would I draw these kind of stuff on it? Is, first of all, this whole move is inside this big green candle, right? This whole. Second of all, we could see a very nice support right here that just got broke out. So either right now we're going down, going to this level, please, 32,600, or it's going to play this pattern that I drew here. Now, this pattern is kind of interesting because then we have to pick it up right here and do something like this, like pattern that I mentioned. It was yesterday, right? Some pattern like this. Then we continue up. Essentially like this. So in the next couple of hours, upcoming hours, this scenario, if this plays out, then that means we could see another upside on New York when New York stock opens. If we just go around here, then obviously this scenario is not in play and it's invalidated because we lost this area, and this area has to be just like a liquidity grab. I mean, we could see all of this, so we could just make a new low. But if we do make a new low to this, then I would say we're going to go lower, right? That doesn't make sense. So either we're going to come back here again, struggle a little bit around here, start to consolidate, and then push it back up this time, or we're going to do this pattern, or we're just going to, go lower. And going lower is right now does look what it wants to do. If you draw really not, and keep in mind this is a 5 minute. Draw something like this, as you guys could see, rejection here, a couple of supports, then it's right now turning into rejection. So we could see possible move to the downside, but on the other hand, this is once again a lower time frame. We could see that Bitcoin is just filling this volume imbalance right here, and it's going, trying to go upside. Now, on a 5 minute upside could only mean around here, around 34,099, all right? But now let's just jump into higher time frames and see, where we stand for right now. Again, we could see that this is a really good support line that just got broken out. So we do have hope for this pattern to play out here. If that doesn't play out, then with this rejection that we have here and the candle that is essentially covering these candles inside of it, probably until, I would say, until this candle, green candle, all of these candles are retraced by this big red candle. But price action shows right now that we might see another leg down around here, even to the extreme areas around here. Obviously, we do have a volume balance here. All right, so enough of this trend lines. I mean, there's more trend lines to be talked about, but let's talk about here. So before I come and talk about this, let's take a look at the liquidity, and then we match liquidity with the situation that we have here and those trend lines as well. First of all, the funding rate on Bitcoin is kind of neutral, so happen. And yes, TRB is coming up. TRB is at 100. 3 days ago it was 77. I was thinking about just longing it there without a stop loss. I mean, that's kind of a silly idea, but very low leverage. But anyway, I did not. And 2 days after that, it's at 100. Mamma mia, right? Oh, staying low. Give me a second. All right. So on this one, we could see that there are a lot of spreads around here. The more the color is towards yellow, as you could see here, it's more liquidity, right? So 119 is probably somewhere around here. There you go. And we do have another high liquidity, which is 24 around here. Obviously, we do have a lot of spread here to be taken, and there's some to the upside. So we could just take these to the upside, which is around 34,540. Just to spike up. I mean, you could see in this chart that we're doing that pattern that I talked about. All right. So on 12 hours, there are some liquidity to be grabbed, and there are a little bit more lift around here. 9 million at 53,615. We'll see that if we take any of these before I upload the video. Now let's take a look at these. We don't care about these two. So 32,793 is where there are some long liquidation on Binance, and 464 million at 35,493. Now let's jump into the couple of exchanges. So right around here, we see that there's 1.39 billion to be taken, around 35,576, and right around, what was this? 32,700. Actually, somewhere around 32,700, right? Should be around here. Okay, so let's go a little bit lower, around 32,600. There's 1 billion to be taken down there, and we are kind of going. So all the way down to 32K, we could say 32K flat. There's 1.17 billion, right? All the way to 36,318. There's 1.50 billion. Jump into this. So what do we have here? Talk about the 36,015, I would say. So that would be somewhere around here. Essentially the higher side of this wick, but the lower side square. Now, what is this? Let me just get this. We still have to take this one out. I'm trying to. So this is from 34,900 to 35,200. We have to take this out first in order to enter this, probably down that 36,000. Right now, to the lower side, we do have this buyer volume imbalance, which it wicked a couple of times, but then as you guys could see, the volume here was actually, or the buyer were defending themselves, so they pushed it higher and higher, and right now is essentially coming to it. See if this holds, at least the rectangle. That holds, then we might see a little bit of bounce, then continue down to 32,873. That loses, then we do have this one, this big one. Get it down. This one and this one, the bottom of it, 31,600. Go into here and see where it was, 31,600. Whoa. All right, so this is the gap. There's a gap from 32,000 flat, 31. Come here, guys. Take a look at the gap. Essentially, it's 31,400 is somewhere here to 32K. So this gap means if we get here, essentially if we get to the middle of this rectangle, we could just wick down all the way down to here, around, or so how we see it. But I think we're gonna come up from this area, 32,891 R. All right, somewhere around here, right? 850, close to a billion. So maybe we wick around this one. Now, let's take a look at the lower time frame. Like 3 minutes. Here's what I want to say. Let me just. This is. You can see right here that this curve, these two curve lines, they playing out perfect, right? And right here, where it was doing one of these tree legs, and then finally it grabbed liquidity at the bottom of this, the first original dump, right, with this bottom of it, So this essentially indicates that if we want to come back, all right, we have to, right? That there is a little bit of sell side market because it's going to make the chart very flatter, but there is. And we could see that this curve line is playing out. Even right here, there's a sign that tells us if you want to come up, you have to take these level first. And we could see that right here, we tried a little bit, we got rejected before. Now, that being said, now let me just jump into the other one. It does look like that it might want to play out. Oh, no, not this one. That was like for yesterday. But it does might want to play out this part. This, going up, going down, and then pick back up. I have to see. So with that being said, guys, I think that's all. To the low side, I mentioned the levels. Take a look at the Dixie right here. Dixie is kind of thing right now. Came all the way down to 105, and right now it's picked back up to around 106. Right? This is a 3 minutes, by the way. Let me just put it on. All right. So we came all the way down to 105, somewhere around here. Yep, makes sense. We hold it here. We hold it a little bit above. We didn't grab the liquidity around here. So, and right now, what are we doing? Oh, this is a very beautiful V-shape or head and shoulder pattern. I would say both of them will work. Let me actually get my brush here. This looks like a V-shape recovery, right? Like that. Or a head and shoulder, an inverse head and shoulder, if I want to draw it with this, as you guys could see. So, I would be, this looks like, or I mean, this looks like the left shoulder, right? So let me just try it again. Left shoulder. This is gonna be the neckline, and this is the head. We come to the neckline again, and this is the right shoulder. Here we go, like this. If this plays out, then we should be, expecting these two, and if these are gone, then say hello to lower than 13,000. Now, Nasdaq. Did it play out what we expected it yesterday? Let's take a look, just a close look. Well, it didn't hit here. It did try to come up, but got denied right at a little bit at the top of this. I would say the middle of this. So it got denied at the middle of it, and right now it's still in this buy side liquidity, finding its support at the upper side of this rectangle. Probably tries to come up one more time or deny right here, and probably losing this too. What about SPX? Well, yesterday SPX, we could see that, I don't know, it's kind of consolidating here, if you agree with me. Like we could see on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. So it's kind of consolidating here. Just waiting to see maybe, how the war is going to unfold and, the rest of the stuff. That being said, guys, nothing else to add. And this chart, this is the trend line chart. Obviously, I've not been using Fibonacci too much, so I'm not gonna do it right now. But the rising broadening wedge, this one, I have even a level with that around here, and this is the extreme level. If we hit around this, see what happened here. But mostly, I'm playing it around this one, right around this one. What I only the price action. And as you guys can see, I don't use any indicators anymore. I think they just, make you get distracted. Opportunity, that's it, guys. I'll be scalping 1 minute, hopefully, and see what happened today. But I expect a little bit more consolidation. A big, around 35,000 to, I would say, 32,000 around here. A bit more consolidation. We'll see if we lose this or not. This does look like it wants to come around here, but we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all your support. And with that being said, just to conclude, I guess, right here, if we, essentially go higher, I expect at least hit here, or a little bit lower around here, 34,783. I'm just gonna mark it. And if we take this, then yeah, we go higher. or get rejected here, I expect at least a test around here. Now, if we go into this first, then this like a lot of different story, but we could bounce from here to here, or we could just come all the way here. And when we get around here, I don't. So, bye-bye.